This 17 News at Noon podcast is brought to you by Clinica Sierra Vista.
Welcome back to 17 News at Noon podcast, where we share your news on your schedule. Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us for 17 News at Noon. I'm Nicole Gitsky. We begin with fire crews hard at work a day after the French fire erupted in the Isabella Highlands. Now 17's Moses Small joins us from the scene of the fire with the very latest. Moses, what can you tell us?
Nicole, good afternoon. The French fire is still raging after scorching over 2,600 acres since starting yesterday afternoon. I'm in front of one of the houses that is still left standing, but not everyone was so fortunate. Now, this fire broke out at about 4:30 p.m. yesterday afternoon when fire crews were called to the area of Sawmill and Waggy Flat roads. Ground and air crews tackling the flames as helicopters dropped water on the fire. The Red Cross set up an evacuation center at the Kern River Valley Senior Center, giving displaced residents a place to sleep and some food. One family didn't have much time to get out of their house as the fire roared on.
It was only 10 minutes went by probably, and I turned around and the flames had jumped over the top. And the wind was in my face, so the fire was coming pretty fast at us. And it was just too much for them to control, you know. We had to evacuate.
Cook said his home was spared by the fire, but many of his neighbors weren't so lucky. And as of news time this afternoon, this fire is again at 0% containment. And we'll have more on this fire coming up tonight on 17 News at 5. In the Isabella Highlands, Moses Small, 17 News.
All right, thanks so much for that, Moses. And again, the American Red Cross has set up an evacuation center for those affected by the French fire. It's located at the Kern River Valley Senior Center at 6403 Lake Isabella Boulevard. And a reminder that one of the easiest ways to be prepared for potential wildfires and other disasters like earthquakes is to sign up for alerts from Kern County Emergency Services. Just go to readykern.com. Here at home, Public Health announced another 483 people tested positive for COVID-19. Also, 2 new deaths were reported. Kern's COVID death toll now stands at 1,443 lives lost. 210 people are hospitalized with more severe symptoms of COVID-19. 42 are in the ICU. We are continuing to see a rise in cases and hospitalizations here at home. Meantime, California hospitals are now teaming up to conserve precious beds as the new surge of COVID-19 threatens to overwhelm healthcare facilities. Kern Public Health announced the state is ordering hospitals to accept patients from other hospitals' intensive care units if they get too full. Now, the order says the county and state needs to search for hospitals to send patients if ICU capacity drops below 10% for 3 days or hits zero. The search starts with the county, then the region. If all the intensive care units in those areas are full, patients could be sent to any hospital in California. No word yet on when that order will expire. Well, a handful of local football teams will have to sit out this week after multiple coronavirus tests. Golden Valley and Mira Monte high school teams have canceled their games due to the positive tests. Both teams are expected to return for week 2. We are set to hear more later today about that. And Bakersfield College's football program won't return to practice until at least next week. That's following multiple positive tests. The Renegades are still set to kick off the season September 4th.
Clinica Sierra Vista is now offering rapid COVID-19 testing and COVID-19 vaccinations. Call 833-278-4584 to make your appointment. But don't delay. Clinica Sierra Vista, putting patients first.
Well, the push to get first COVID-19 shots in the arms of many Americans continues. Now we're learning those who got them when they were first available will soon be able to get a booster shot. Now, according to the Surgeon General, those who received the Moderna and Pfizer vaccines would be eligible for the 3rd shot 8 months after receiving the 2nd. Now, we've heard about the booster shot and also a 3rd dose, but did you know there was a difference between those? Now, Dr. Glenn Goldis joined us this morning on Sunrise to explain.
Those individuals who qualify never mounted an adequate immune response to begin with. And so these are folks who are severely immune compromised and right now should be receiving a 3rd dose of vaccine. These are folks, for example, who are on cancer chemotherapy or organ transplant recipients who are on anti-rejection medicine. This is separate from the booster folks.
Now, currently, a 3rd dose of the COVID-19 vaccine is available to those with immunocompromised systems. Pending FDA approval, the booster shot would be available to anyone starting September 20th. Although the focus on vaccination remains on COVID-19, it's important to remember to protect yourself against a more traditional threat, the flu. CVS Pharmacy and Walmart both announced they are stocked up on flu vaccines for the fall and are now offering them to customers. The CDC recommends anyone older than 6 months get a flu shot every year. Though their effectiveness rates aren't as high as COVID-19 vaccines, health experts say flu shots can drastically reduce how harsh a flu infection can be. All right, taking a look ahead, the Piles Boys Camp Barbecue is back this year looking to raise money for at-risk youth. The annual event profit will go towards a program that helps support low-income disadvantaged boys through a no-cost camp. The barbecue is set for September 18th from noon to 5 p.m. at 13375 Lake Ming Avenue. Tickets are $15 and include a tri-tip dinner. This year, their goal is to help 450 boys. For more information, you can head to www.pilescamp.org/barbecue. Meantime, a local church needs your help to stay open. Blessing Corner Ministries is a staple of compassion in the Bakersfield community, known for their generous giveaways, clothing drives, and food distributions. Pastors John and Bonnie Turner have been at their First Street and Union Avenue location since 2005. Now, they have until the end of August to raise enough money to stay in business. That's why KGET is teaming up with Blessing Corner to host a barbecue fundraiser. It's happening next Wednesday at the Blessing Corner from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. In our 17 Business Watch, many Americans are open to the idea of finding a new professional path. When it comes to changing careers, a better work-life balance is the #1 motivator for Americans. That's according to a new poll from career search website FlexJobs. Higher pay come in second for wanting to make the switch, followed by a more meaningful or fulfilling career. In addition, more than 68% of U.S. workers polled said they would consider changing careers, and 19% say they would think about it if it was an amazing opportunity. The survey comes as many Americans rethink their lives and careers as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. Well, Home Depot says it quickly sold out of an early release of Halloween products. Now, the home improvement retailer recently offered shoppers a sneak peek at its Halloween products online and sold through everything almost immediately. Experts say the spooky sales are sending a signal that consumers will be eager to decorate their homes this fall and winter. The full assortment of Home Depot's Halloween decor is expected to go on sale in the coming weeks. The 17 News at Noon podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.